Hello everyone, it's Rachel Lovegrove here again with another Iyengar yoga tip of the week. And we've been focusing on poses that you've written in about recently. And this one is from Anne. It's Virabhadrasana 1, one of her Achilles heel poses. I'm going to just show a couple of variations so that you can practice this at home. And hopefully, Anne, this will help you with your practice as well. But on Sunday, on the guided practice this week, I'll be looking at Virabhadrasana 1 in that practice. So, first of all, what is Virabhadrasana 1? Well, it's the warrior pose. This one where we take the legs wide, we turn the arms, and then we turn the feet and the hips around towards the forward leg, and then we bend the leg towards the right angle. And I know the problems that can occur with this are that the lower back feels a little bit pinched at times. And that's usually because we tighten the groins, and when we start to turn and then bend the leg, the more flexible part of the body pushes forwards where the least flexible part doesn't open up enough. So I'm just going to show one variation that I particularly like, and I have been practicing this with the students last week for other poses as well, for some of the lateral standing poses. Now I'm going to take 3 foam blocks and place them against the wall, and then the brick goes on top like so, and I'm placing my foot on top of the brick. This will be my front leg. I can put my hand on the wall there, sorry, both hands on the wall, and step the right leg back. Well, actually it'll be your left leg if you're doing the right leg first. And then the toes of this foot, or the arch of this left foot, need to be in line with the heel of this right foot. That one you have to watch first. My fingertips are on the wall for balance at the moment until I can get my heel down, and I'm trying to keep the back of this thigh rotating from inside out, seeing if I can bring the outer left hip further forwards and keep that right hip pressing back. Now if you're wobbly, you can keep the hands on the wall because it's quite tricky to keep that steadiness there. But if you can focus on the inner heel and big toe mound and the outer thigh all going towards the center of the body, and the back leg broadening, heel bone pressing down, then you'll have that steadiness to stand up. Okay, then we're going to bend the leg. And what you'll find is that the heel will start to come up, and this is because we've highlighted this groin area here, which is the area that tends to shorten so the lumbar sticks forwards. So I'm just bending the leg a little bit to try and keep that heel down and to feel that opening in the back leg. Now I'm going to bring my hands forwards again so I can go deeper into that bend, and using the hands to push a little bit of the weight back into the back leg. Okay, so that's one variation. And then when you've practiced that variation, you can practice the next one, which is to use the chair. Now this is a little bit more difficult because although it looks like easy that we're going to go over the chair will again encourage that back leg to open, that back leg groin to open quite profoundly. So I'm going to step through my chair, and I want to sit right in the middle of the chair seat. So as I'm looking forwards, I'm not off to the left or the right. My calf is gripping the back of the chair, my shin bone is vertical, and my thigh is parallel to the floor. Now, if you were taller than me, you'd have to sit on something here so the thigh would be parallel. If you're shorter, use blocks. And as you can see, I've got my back heel against the wall actually, which is quite handy. If you can manage to measure up, that's quite a good way to do that, because then you can push into the heel. But look at the bend in that leg, and that's because this groin now is being faced with a real challenge to open. So in order to open that groin, I'm going to put my hands on the back of the chair, a bit like we had at the wall, and then I'm just going to press into the heel, into the wall, and try and move the thigh away from the chair. However, I've got to keep rolling that outer hip forwards. This is the challenge. I've got to keep that outer hip rolling forwards as well as opening that back leg front groin. And then of course you can practice taking the arms up into a supported Virabhadrasana 1. Okay, so that's another method you can try before coming to the full pose. Now, when you do the full pose, one more thing you can have a go at, and that is to use a belt around the hips. And what this will help you with is that lift of the front hip bones, where the groins are tight, you feel as if this is going down, so then the tail sticks out and the lumbar sticks in. So in this method, we take the belt around both front hip bones, and you step the leg forwards, front leg forwards, left leg back leg back. Okay, and then I'm just using the belt, okay, I'm trying to feel where the front hip bones are, and I'm trying to move the left front hip bone slightly forwards, right hip bone back. Can you see how I'm holding the belt? So I'm holding it very close. Let me come closer to the camera. I'm holding it close to the hips, and I've got my thumbs digging into my outer hips, and I'm pulling like this, very tight, not out here. I'm keeping contact with the outer hips. And then as I go forwards, I'm pushing my left thumb, this is my left, the back leg is my left leg, pushing my left thumb a bit more strongly to try and encourage that hip not to turn back. And I have to remember those actions that I had at the wall. Can I open that back leg a bit more? Can I keep the outer right thigh moving back? And now where the belt is touching, I'm trying to lift the front hip bones up. When you get that action right, you'll feel the stretch in the leg and not the arch, or not the pain in the lumbar, and then the arms will come up a little more freely. And then come up. So Anne, I hope that helps you. I will be doing those poses again in more detail in the Sunday guided practice. See you next time. Thanks for watching.